How many times have your eyes burned at the end of the day as if filled with sand, or that stubborn haze that makes the world look blurry? These aren't just annoyances, they can be your eyes calling for help. According to the World Health Organization, 1 in 3 people over 60 experiences some form of preventable vision problem. The good news? Relief may come from something simple, natural, and delicious. 4 powerful dried fruits that few people talk about, yet can help protect your eyesight. If you know someone who often complains about their eyes, share this video with them and subscribe to join me on this journey. Now tell me, do you include dried fruits in your daily routine?
Picture this. Mrs. Helena, 72 years old, had always been passionate about embroidery. Every afternoon she'd sit by the window, let the sunlight shine on her colorful threads, and spend hours stitching with joy. But recently, that peaceful ritual turned into frustration. Colors lost their brightness, stitches looked blurry, and once night fell, her vision became even worse. She tried to hide it, but eventually admitted to her daughter, "I'm afraid of going out alone after sunset. Lights turn into glowing smudges, and I feel like I'll trip at any moment." That fear wasn't only about her eyesight. It was about losing her independence. After all, how can you take care of your home, cross the street, or even recognize your grandchild's smile if your eyes no longer respond the way they used to? This could be anyone's story in later life, maybe even yours. The truth is, vision loss often begins quietly, like a faint haze. First, letters seem to dance on the page. Then, car headlights blur into bright flares. And slowly, beloved hobbies like reading, sewing, or watching TV stop bringing pleasure and start triggering anxiety. What makes it worse is that doctor's appointments often lead to the same options: expensive eye drops or surgery. But isn't there another way, natural, safe, and affordable to support your eyes? Something that doesn't mean relying on medication for the rest of your life. That's the same question Helena asked herself. And the answer surprised her. Yes, there are natural foods that help keep eyes stronger, hydrated, and more resilient against age-related wear. She began with small steps, adding dried fruits to her daily meals, replacing processed sweets with natural ones. Little by little, she noticed a difference. Her eyes felt more comfortable. She could focus longer on her stitches. She even walked outside at dusk with less fear. And here's the truth. Protecting your eyesight doesn't have to be complicated or expensive. It can start at the grocery store with simple, natural choices that work as invisible guardians for your vision. In the next few minutes, you'll learn why eyes age, the main villains that threaten your vision, and how the right nutrients can become powerful protectors of your clarity.
As the years go by, our eyes undergo silent yet powerful changes. The lens, that natural crystal inside the eye, gradually becomes more rigid and cloudy, like a once clear window slowly gathering dust and scratches. The result? Blurred vision, faded colors, and increasing trouble focusing up close. Then there's the macula, the part of the retina that works like the eye's built-in magnifying glass, responsible for fine details. When it weakens, letters seem to wobble, faces lose sharpness, and even reading a label or threading a needle becomes a challenge. According to the National Eye Institute, nearly 1 in 5 people over 75 suffers some form of macular degeneration. And who hasn't felt uneasy stepping out at night? That's because the rod cells, specialized for low-light vision, lose strength with age. Without enough vitamin A, they stop working as they should. That's why driving at dusk or walking on dimly lit streets feels risky. Another common enemy, dry eye. The tear film, which should lubricate and protect the surface, thins out with age. The eyes become exposed, leading to stinging, redness, and that sand in the eyes sensation. But behind all these issues lies a deeper, invisible culprit: oxidative stress. Think of it like rust slowly spreading across your vision. Free radicals build up, damaging cells, inflaming tissues, and speeding up ocular aging. The good news, your body has defenses, but they need backup. That backup comes directly from your diet. Nutrients like antioxidants, fibers, and vitamins act as both cleaners and shields for the eyes, clearing out damage, calming inflammation, and strengthening delicate structures to keep vision clearer and more comfortable. And this is exactly where dried fruits come in. They're not just sweet, convenient snacks. They're natural concentrates of energy, vitamins, and antioxidants that can support eye health for anyone wanting to preserve sharpness and maintain independence.
Dried apricots, the guiding light at night. Think back to the last time you walked down a dimly lit street. Did you feel uneasy? Maybe the steps or cracks in the sidewalk seemed like hidden traps. That fear has a reason. As we age, our eyes lose the ability to adapt to darkness. Here's why. The rod cells in the retina, which capture light in dark settings, become weaker. And they need a very specific nutrient to function properly, vitamin A. Without it, those rods act like flashlights with weak batteries, barely lighting the way and making nighttime vision confusing and unsafe. This is where dried apricots come in. Sweet, soft, and often overlooked, they are packed with beta-carotene, which the body converts into vitamin A. Just a handful of dried apricots provides a significant boost of this nutrient. According to the World Health Organization, vitamin A deficiency is linked to millions of cases of night blindness worldwide. And even in developed countries, seniors often suffer from low vitamin A absorption due to age-related changes in digestion. So, dried apricots act as a daily reinforcement for your eyes. Alongside vitamin A, they also provide antioxidants that fight inflammation and fiber that improves gut health, which in turn enhances nutrient absorption for the eyes. Think of your retina as an old roll of camera film. When vitamin A is lacking, that film is expired. The image turns blurry, without contrast. Apricots recharge that film, helping your rods capture light more effectively in the dark. How to use them daily. Snack on 5 to 6 dried apricots in the afternoon. Pair them with nuts for a balanced snack, or chop them into salads for a natural touch of sweetness. Mrs. Lucia, 70. Lucia used to avoid leaving home after sunset. The fear of tripping outweighed her desire to take evening walks. After adding dried apricots to her routine, she reported more confidence and less glare at dusk. Not a miracle, but a real support that restored her sense of safety day by day. A note of caution. Like all dried fruits, apricots are high in natural sugars. People with diabetes should monitor portions. Moderation is key. If your biggest challenge isn't just the dark, but also the struggle to see fine details, like small print or your loved ones' faces, then the next dried fruit will surprise you. Raisins. Raisins, the macula shield. Have you ever tried reading a prescription label or TV subtitles and noticed the letters seem to shake, fade, or even disappear? That's a sign of stress on the macula, the central part of the retina that works like the eye's magnifying glass. Without it, we can still see shapes, but the fine details fade away, like watching an old TV with poor reception. This slow wear and tear is called age-related macular degeneration, AMD. And it's far more common than many think. According to the National Eye Institute, nearly 1 in 5 people over 75 develop some degree of macular degeneration. The danger is that it doesn't hurt. It creeps in silently, stealing clarity little by little until daily details start to vanish. But here's the secret. The macula can be strengthened naturally. And one of the most powerful foods for it is something most people think of only as dessert: raisins. The power of raisins. Raisins are concentrated sources of anthocyanins and resveratrol, antioxidants known for protecting blood vessels and fighting oxidative stress. If aging is like rust forming on the eye's delicate structures, these compounds act like a gentle polish, keeping the macula clearer and stronger.
A study in the Journal of Nutrition showed that regular raisin consumption supports microvascular circulation, including in the eyes. That means more oxygen and nutrients reach the macula, preserving fine detail vision. On top of that, raisins provide iron, potassium, and fiber, benefiting not just the eyes but also the heart, since healthy circulation is vital for vision. How to use them daily. Just 1 tablespoon per day is enough. Mix them into oatmeal, yogurt, or even salads. They sweeten naturally without added sugar while defending your eyesight. Mr. Antonio, 74. Antonio complained that TV subtitles were becoming unreadable. He thought it was just age. After adding raisins to his breakfast every day, he noticed less eye fatigue and an easier time reading up close. Small steps, big results. A note of caution. Like all dried fruits, raisins are concentrated in natural sugars. People with high blood sugar should combine them with fiber or protein, like oats or nuts, to avoid spikes. So, if dried apricots are like flashlights that brighten the night, raisins are like a shield that protects the precious details of your world. But what if your concern isn't just details, but also diabetes, one of the biggest threats to vision? That's where the next dried fruit comes in. Figs, nature's silent eye cleansers.
Dried figs, the silent cleanser for your eyes. One of the greatest hidden threats to vision after 60 is diabetes. It works quietly, slowly, damaging the delicate blood vessels in the retina, a condition known as diabetic retinopathy. This can cause anything from tiny dark spots in vision to serious, irreversible loss of clarity. What many don't realize is that diet plays a direct role in this process. And that's where dried figs step in, an ancient fruit with surprisingly powerful benefits for your eyes. The power of figs. The biggest advantage of dried figs is their soluble fiber. Once eaten, this fiber acts like a sponge in the gut, slowing down sugar absorption. That means blood glucose rises more gradually, avoiding dangerous spikes. Fewer spikes equals less strain on the fragile blood vessels of the retina. But that's not all. Figs are also packed with polyphenols, strong antioxidants that act like a broom against free radicals. Remember that rust we talked about earlier? These compounds polish and protect cells, reducing the inflammation that accelerates cataracts, macular degeneration, and diabetic retinopathy itself. Research from Rutgers University showed that polyphenol-rich diets reduce inflammatory markers in the blood. In practice, figs don't just support the eyes, they also help the heart and brain, which share the same circulation pathways. Figs also provide a solid dose of calcium, magnesium, and potassium, minerals that help stabilize blood pressure. And since high blood pressure plus fragile blood vessels is a dangerous combo for vision, this is a big win. A visual analogy. Think of your eyes as an aquarium filled with clear water. When excess sugar and inflammation enter, the water turns murky, and the fish, your retinal cells, suffer. Figs act like a built-in filter, keeping the water clean so those cells thrive. How to use them daily? Just 2 dried figs a day is enough. Eat them plain, enjoy as a natural dessert, or stuff them with walnuts for an even higher fiber boost. For seniors with dental prosthetics, soften them in warm water for easier chewing. Mrs. Margarita, 69. Margarita had elevated blood sugar, and her doctor warned, "Take care of your eyes." Instead of panicking, she swapped her afternoon cookies for 2 figs with a nut. Within months, she noticed less eye strain and better digestion. For her, that small change felt like taking back control of her health. A note of caution. As with all dried fruits, figs are high in natural sugars. People with diabetes should stick to small portions and always pair them with extra fiber or protein. If dried apricots brighten the night and raisins shield the details, then figs are the silent filter that keeps your inner vision environment clean.
But there's still one more powerful ally to complete the list, a naturally sweet fruit that provides steady energy and helps protect the lens against cataracts. Dates. Dates, gentle energy that protects the lens against cataracts. Among all age-related vision problems, cataracts are among the most feared. They occur when the lens, the eye's natural window, loses its transparency. It's like a clean windshield slowly collecting scratches and dust blocking the light. The result? Cloudy vision, dull colors, and greater difficulty seeing at night. According to the World Health Organization, cataracts are responsible for nearly half of all cases of reversible blindness worldwide. The good news is, while surgery is sometimes necessary, there are ways to slow down cataract progression, and one surprising ally is the date. The power of dates. Dates are naturally sweet, soft, and nutrient-rich. They contain carotenoids and flavonoids, antioxidants that fight free radicals, the culprits behind the lens clouding. Think of the lens like a car windshield. Over time, dust and scratches reduce visibility. The antioxidants in dates act like a natural polish, keeping that glass clearer for longer. Dates also bring B vitamins, which support eye metabolism, and potassium, which strengthens the nerves and muscles involved in vision. Together, these nutrients help the eyes resist age-related wear. Stable energy, less eye fatigue. Unlike refined sugar, which causes quick spikes and crashes, dates provide gradual energy release. For seniors who feel eye fatigue by the end of the day, dates can help sustain the stamina to keep reading, sewing, or watching TV. How to use them daily. 2 to 3 dates a day is plenty. Enjoy them plain, stuff them with almonds or walnuts, or use them to sweeten smoothies and baked goods. A practical tip, blend dates with water to make a natural paste that replaces sugar in recipes. Mr. Raimundo, 75. Raimundo, a hobby photographer, noticed his photos didn't look as vibrant anymore. An early cataract diagnosis left him discouraged. So he replaced his sugary cookies with 2 dates and a nut each afternoon. Months later, he felt more energized and less bothered by glare. For him, it was like rediscovering the colors of life. A note of caution. Like all dried fruits, dates are dense in natural sugars. People with high blood sugar should keep portions small, no more than 2 to 3 per day. If apricots brighten the night, raisins guard the details, and figs filter from within, then dates protect the lens, keeping your eye's natural window clear and bright. But we're not done yet. Before closing, I'll share a simple, relaxing bonus tip you can use at home to give your eyes even more relief. A warm chamomile compress.
The warm chamomile compress. After discovering the 4 powerful dried fruits for your eyes, you may be asking, is there anything else simple I can do without spending much or complicating my routine? The answer is yes, and it might just be one of the easiest eye care practices you'll ever try, the warm chamomile compress. It may sound small, but don't underestimate it. Chamomile is well known for its calming, anti-inflammatory properties. Applied to the eyes in the form of a warm compress, it helps stimulate natural lubrication, relieve that sandy feeling, and reduce redness caused by dryness. Picture the scene. You brew a cup of chamomile tea. The gentle aroma fills the room, bringing peace. After a few minutes, the tea cools to a soothing warmth. You soak 2 cotton pads, place them over your closed eyelids, and lean back in your chair. Within seconds, your eyes feel like they're finally breathing after a long, tiring day. This ritual isn't only physical relief, it's also an emotional pause, a moment of self-care in a busy life. Many seniors report that by repeating it 2-3 times a week, their eyes feel fresher, less irritated, and more comfortable for evening activities like reading or watching TV. Why it works. The gentle heat improves blood flow around the eyes. It stimulates the glands that produce the tear film's oily layer, preventing dryness. The result? Fewer evaporation issues, more long-lasting eye comfort. How to do it? Brew a cup of chamomile tea.
Let it cool until warm, not hot. Soak 2 cotton pads or gauze pieces. Place them on your closed eyelids for 5 to 10 minutes. Repeat 2-3 times a week. Caution: if you're allergic to chamomile, you can swap it for fennel tea or simply use warm filtered water. The warmth itself is the key. This little ritual can even become part of your nighttime routine. While the compress works, listen to calming music, reflect on your day, or simply rest. When combined with the 4 dried fruits, apricots, raisins, figs, and dates, you build a true network of protection for your eyesight. Every choice adds up. Every gesture makes your vision stronger. Today, you've seen that protecting your vision in later life doesn't have to be complicated. Small, consistent choices can make a big difference in the clarity with which you see the world. We talked about dried apricots, your allies for night vision, reducing the fear of walking in the dark. Raisins, the shield for your macula, helping preserve the fine details of reading, sewing, or recognizing faces. Dried figs, the inner filter, balancing blood sugar and protecting the retina from diabetes-related damage. Dates, gentle energy that supports the lens, delaying cataracts and keeping colors bright. And as an extra gift, you learned the warm chamomile compress ritual, a soothing, simple practice that brings immediate comfort and refreshes your eyes after a long day. My friend, I know the thought of losing sharp vision can be frightening. The fear of stumbling at night, of no longer reading a favorite book, or of relying on others just across the street is real. But remember this: it's still possible to strengthen and protect your eyes, whether you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. Every small step counts. A handful of dried fruit, a warm compress, a mindful swap at the grocery store. These little gestures add up to safeguard your freedom, independence, and quality of life. Now I want to hear from you. Which dried fruit will you add first to your routine? Apricots, raisins, figs, or dates? Write it in the comments. Your choice could inspire someone else to start too. And if this video brought you value, don't forget, subscribe to the channel for more natural eye care tips. Leave your like to support this message. Share it with a friend or family member who's been struggling with vision issues. Because clear vision isn't just about seeing the world. It's about continuing to enjoy every precious detail that makes life worth living.